Story time on how I went to a party for bisexual people, poly, swingers, all these things, knowing that I'm bisexual. I just went there to have a good time. But let me tell y'all how these parties could get, okay? And then
A couple gets exposed as swingers on vacation. Buckle up, this one is a doozy. I have a client, we'll name her Tina. Tina planned a trip and her brother and sister-in-law were on that trip. We'll name them. Brother is Mike, Lisa is his wife.
So I walk into the party and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Welcome to reason 700,000 of why I do not date and why these niggas deserve nothing. He was like, yeah, I want to go on this date. You seem real cool.
My husband walked in when I was with another guy. Yeah. So for those of you that are new here, I have an open marriage. So if you don't like it, or if you're gonna be negative, or you're gonna put your opinion out there, I don't care. So move along. Okay,
Get ready, because these stories are not for the faint of heart. Real people share their wildest, most unfiltered swinger experiences. And trust me, you won't see some of these coming. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It truly means the world and helps keep the stories coming. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Story time on how I went to a party for bisexual people, poly, swingers, all these things, knowing that I'm bisexual. I just went there to have a good time. But let me tell y'all how these parties could get, okay? And then I'll show you guys a little footage in the end of like a little snippet of the party. If you guys want to see how I look when I went. And yeah, let's get into it. Now, mind you, okay, y'all. Okay, this is how I actually got into going to the party, getting the invite. Like, I was aware that they had like clubs out here for like people in my community, basically. Mainly swingers. Now, I'm not a swinger. I don't do that swinging shit. So I just they had clubs and events for that, just for people to come, just open-minded events, right? Just to party, have fun, to single us out from straight people, because sometimes it could be a little weird sometimes when they have like events and there's a whole bunch of that, because you have some people that come really expressing themselves, and at these events you can come naked basically. So I was at work one day and there was this female that I always see at work, and I thought she was pretty, but it was more on like a friend base, whatever. So I'm like talking to her and she's telling me like, oh yeah, I'm dating couples right now. So she's basically dating couples. She's into the poly right now at this very moment. So she's texting me and she gives me this app that she be on. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's, single women on there or single man, whatever, like just dating app. I'm looking at it like it's a dating app, right? Now, I was kind of like cleaning up my house like a day or two after, and it just crossed my mind. And I remember her telling me about this app. So I go and I download the app, just innocent, right? Just downloading the app, seeing what it's about, because I've been on dating apps before. So I'm like, okay, let me just see what this app is about. Now, mind you, she didn't tell me this app was so damn intense, okay? So this is not like your regular dating app. I'll put this app name in the comments and you guys can at your own will go look into it. But people on there actually know what they want. You got couples on there, you got singles on there, but it's like people, they know they want flings and more of that, and that really wasn't my thing. If y'all want a story time on the 2 different dates I went on from that app before the party, comment below and I'll tell you guys how the dates went, okay? But anyways, let's get back to the story. So I get on the app and it's a whole bunch of like couples and singles and things of that nature, but they got some weird, crazy kinks. Let me not call them weird, because people's kinks, they're their kinks, right? My intentions on getting on this app was just to see what was going on this app. I didn't know it was this intense. People meeting up and sleeping with each other, and they inboxing you and they telling you what they want. Like, this app is basically like a free app, free space for people to just really say what they want, do what they want, meet up with people. And she didn't really tell me this app was like that. I'm thinking it's a regular texting app. So I put in my bio, like, I'm not into the swinger stuff. I'm not on here to just sleep around with people. Like, I made sure I was very direct in my bio, but people still didn't care. They thought I was attractive and they wanted to talk to me. So I ended up meeting 2 different couples on that app, right? So I went on a date. I went on like one date with one couple, and then the other couple I ended up meeting up with them to go to that party because they invited me because they were coming into town to go to this specific all weekend type of event party. It was a whole weekend full of like different themes every night, right? I only went to one night of the party and that was enough for me. So we're gonna get into that. So I end up, let's skip past the first couple I went on a date with, because the date was like, whatever. It was a couple, okay? Now, mind you, I did poly twice, putting y'all in my business a little bit. I did poly twice, so it was just like, okay, I'm familiar with it. So let me just see, because I just found it interesting to get back into the world because I haven't dated a couple in like over 5 years. Like after my experience, just haven't done it. So I'm like, okay, let me just go on some dates just for fun, have some drinks, meet new people, because my intention was to meet friends as well, right? In that community. Didn't have to be dating wise. But anyway, the couple I met, no, my fake piercing didn't just fall out of my nose and embarrass me like that. Anyways, now, basically this is the night of the party, right? The first night I had to work both days, right? So when I got off work, I went straight to the party. I came home, changed, whatever, went to the party. So mind you guys, the first night I was gonna go, it was a glow in the dark theme, and the couple had already just got into town. They were looking forward to meeting me at the party, whatever, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired. I'm not going to come out the first night. And I didn't really have anything to wear for the glow in the dark. So I'm just like, how the hell do you not have nothing to wear for the glow in the dark? But you know what? Whatever. This is, yeah. So the next night was an all black party. And I'm like, oh, I could do all black. I got a lot of black stuff. I got a brand new black dress I bought at work. I didn't get to wear for New Year's because, of course, they made me work. So I get to the party, right? And okay, so I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's semi-packed. It's not a lot of people. It was half the building that was full until more people start coming later or whatever. So I get there, I sign in, they scan me, they give me my wristband. I go straight to the bar, right? I'm waiting on the couple to get there. Okay, they haven't got there yet. So I'm just waiting. People are partying and stuff, basic stuff. So mind you, everybody in there, you got people in there in thongs, you got people in there naked, you got people in there in like lingerie type stuff, see-through outfits, all type of stuff, boobs out, just covering the nips. Like people are literally expressing themselves. You had a man in there that had a Santa Claus hat and a Santa Claus hat over his part, and everything else was naked. Really expressing themselves, okay? So I'm sitting back. I sit by like this pole that's in the building. I sit back at, it's like a big, I don't know, I guess you would call it like part of the wall, whatever. So I'm leaning on it because I'm kind of nervous. Like I haven't been to an event like this before. Like, so I just really came to see what it was about, meet new people, party, just simply have a good time, right? Dance, whatever. So I'm sitting against this wall, and out of nowhere, I hadn't even been there 10 minutes after getting my drink and everything, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, why are you sitting on the wall? Like, because people are so expressive in there. He grabs me, he's like, let's go to the dance floor. And I'm like, I'm waiting on two of my friends to get here, and he's like, well, in the meantime, you can come to the dance floor with me and we can wait for them to get here or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I'm normally kind of shy, so I'm trying to break out of that a little bit. And so I'm just like, okay, let me not be so closed off and tell him no. Let me just go to the dance floor with him. He seemed really nice, whatever. So we go to the dance floor. We're just chilling. We're talking. He's asking me questions. I'm asking him questions. We're getting to know each other or whatever. And we're just waiting on this couple to get here. Eventually, they text me or whatever. Me and him weren't feeling the music, so we just sit in the middle of the dance floor just like, this music kind of trash. It got lit later, though, okay? So the couple texts me. They're like, we're here. We're at the bar. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the bar. So I'm like, you can come with me. So I invite him to come with me. I'm like, shit, we might as well all just have a group and have a good time. And just sit down and dance, drink, whatever, talk, whatever. So I invite him to the bar with me, with the couple. So all four of us are talking. I hug the couple, blah, blah, blah. We're just sitting there getting to know each other and all that. And then we all end up going to the dance floor. They start playing better music. So we're all just dancing. And mind you, this is a party full of people that like to explore. So you got females dancing with females and the men dancing with two females, whatever. He had a cage in there so people can get in the cage and dance. You had a pole in there. People can dance on the pole in front of everybody. Everybody's just having fun, whatever, you know. So I'm dancing with the couple. I'm dancing with the other guy. We're all just dancing, having a good time. And that went on for like 2 hours. About like 2 hours. They went and they bought me 2 more drinks. Like, we were just having a good time. The couple was giving me 2 more drinks. I bought my first drink, and I remember going to the bar 2 more times, and they bought me 2 more drinks or whatever. He was like, gentlemen, like, you want a drink? Him and his woman or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, this is fun. Like, it's not crazy. You know, people not doing crazy stuff. Everybody's in here dancing. They had this girl in there that I couldn't stop looking at because she had a big, like, her booty wasn't huge, but she had a nice figure, and she had tattoos on her, but like she was so beautiful. So I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so me and her end up like clicking and dancing too. And it was just like really fun, free party, whatever, right? Them 2 hours and some change go by, like I told y'all, and here's where it gets crazy. Another girl comes in that I guess the couple met from the party the night before when I couldn't come to the glow in the dark. I couldn't come to that party. So they ended up meeting another girl. And I don't know what they did that night because they were very comfortable when she came back for the second night for the party. So now all 5 of us are dancing. Oh, mind y'all, if y'all want to hear about the guy that I met in the beginning, he kept disappearing and coming back. But that's like another story. We'll do another story on that, which was so funny. And I thought he was so cute, the little things he was doing when it came to me all night at the party. But anyways. So now the other girl joins us. Now it's me and a couple and just this other girl. So it's 4 of us once again because the other guy, he just kept, I don't know what the hell he was on. Okay, he just kept, yeah. But by the end of the night, they were like, oh, let's go back to the room. And I'm like, huh? They were trying to have a foursome. And at that point, I had to make an excuse. Come in the next one for part 2. Part 2. Okay, y'all, so this is part 2. Now, I know in part 1 I said I went on 2 dates with 2 different couples. So technically the party was the second couple, so it wasn't really a date, but a date because it was a party, right? And the first couple I went out with, if you guys want that story time, I'll do another video for that. I mean, it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't nothing too wild, but if y'all want to know how that experience went, I would tell y'all. So basically, like I was saying in part 1, don't mind me, y'all, I'm in Walmart buying my son some stuff. And yeah, we're just going to finish it up in here. Make it more interesting. So basically, after like 2-3 hours of like having fun, dancing, drinking, partying, mind you, like if you guys watched part 1, then you know where I'm at, okay? Go back if you haven't watched it. So now there's 4 of us, the new girl, the couple, and me, right? And then the other guy, if y'all wanted a story time about him, we'll talk about him too from when I first got there in a whole separate video or whatever. So basically, we all having a good time. The new girl comes, whatever. I guess they met her in the party the night before. Mind you, this was like a 3-day weekend type of different parties, right? So I guess they knew her already. I don't know how. I don't know what they had going on. I don't know. But they were very comfortable already. They were kissing and everything. Okay, y'all, a whole nother thing. Then, mind you, I'm dancing with the couple, you know, the girl of the couple that I already had knew, and she kisses me randomly. And I don't like people kissing me randomly, so that was a whole nother thing. I came home after that party and scrubby dub. I don't like pecks and all that, people I don't know, so that really like threw me off. Mind you, 3 hours later, they're asking me, another girl, like, y'all want to come to the hotel. Another girl was already down, like as if they already had some little shebang of the night before. I don't know, right? Now let's backtrack a little bit. So when the other girl came to the second party, I guess she knew them already. So when she came to the party, she had like, you know, pot to, you know, smoke, whatever. And she's like, oh, do you? I was like, yeah. So she went to the dispensary, all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, they're saying, let's go to the room. So I'm like, okay. So I start walking with all of them outside, right? And the other girl was like, well, can me and her, you know, smoke first and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yeah. So we're all sitting outside in a group and we're smoking, right? Whole time I'm thinking like, okay, so how am I going to escape? How am I going to get out of this? Because foursome? I think not. I didn't come here for that. I came here to party. I came here to meet friends. I didn't know y'all got wild like this. And we didn't have this discussion when we were texting for a couple days, you know, prior to the app and exchanging like numbers. And I gave them my texting app number and stuff. We didn't talk nothing about this. But even though I knew the app was kind of iffy, I didn't expect that because we went to a party, you know, like, I don't know. So we all smoking whatever. I hit it a couple times, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I want to go inside. So this is why I say I need to do another video, part 3, on the guy that I first met when I first came in, because he had roses. I guess he had like a couple roses and he had already gave them out last night. And he had one last rose that he supposedly wanted to give that to the person that was going to be his person. Or I don't know what that was about, but he was very like infatuated with me, the party, since the time he came and met me at the wall till the time when he waited with me till I met up with the couple, whatever. So he had gave me this rose in the middle of the time we were dancing and everything. And when he disappeared again, And we're outside smoking and all that. I had my rose. I still had the rose in my hand. So my excuse, I was like, ooh, I can just go back in the party and say, hey, I'm gonna go say bye to the guy. So I end up talking to them, saying, hey, I'm gonna go inside the party and tell the old boy thank you and tell him bye or whatever. I don't feel comfortable just leaving and after he gave me a rose. And he was the first person to talk to me all night. So I'm making this excuse or whatever. They're like, okay, we'll wait right here. They're like, our room is 608. We're on level 6 in the hotel. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna text you the room number, okay? I was like, yeah, okay. And I could already see on their faces that they knew that I was trying to get out of going to the room with all three of them. But I'm like, yeah. And let me just say this: the couple isn't like my type. So even though we were getting to know each other from the app to like the texting app number, and I was texting them and all that, we didn't talk about being together or nothing. So it's not like I was looking at them like that. So, and they weren't my type. So I definitely was trying to get out of there like fast. So I end up going back inside. They're like, okay, we'll wait out here for you for a little bit, and if you don't come back out, like, after a little while, we're just gonna head to the room by ourselves, and then you could just come up there. Like, they're like, come up, please. Like, just don't be scared. I'm like, I'm gonna go say bye to him, and then I'll meet you there. So I go inside the party, and they literally sat in the front of the hotel for at least like 15 minutes. Like, every time I would peek to see if they left so I could hurry up and get my Uber and go home, they were still right there. So I did go around looking for the man because I was trying to really tell him bye, but I couldn't find him. I didn't know where he went. So then I end up going to like the bathroom. Now before I went to the bathroom, I was walking like through the party trying to find him, and I ended up seeing two girls in the party with like two guys. So like I was saying, there was two girls and two guys, and like I guess I looked at it so quick that I almost didn't believe I was seeing what I was seeing, but I wasn't like shocked because I'm like, this is like one of those type of parties, I guess. So one girl was like nibbling on the other girl's chest, and the other man was just holding both of them from behind, just watching and everything. And I'm just like, oh, this party's about to get explicit. It's like the later it got, the more explicit it got, okay? So I go in the back because I'm waiting on all them to leave in the front. So I end up in the bathroom. Mind you, my feet was hurting too, all the dancing and stuff. My feet was hurting, and the heels that I wore, I don't normally like to wear those type of heels, so I was definitely tired as fuck, okay? So then I go back, and there's a girl sitting down by the bathroom. So I end up sitting next to her. She ended up talking to me. She's like, something on the lines of like, how's my night going? Was I there by myself? And blah, 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 blah. Whole time I'm conversating with her, she ended up waiting on her guy to come out the bathroom. He come out the bathroom, so he just sitting in the front waiting on her now. So then they switch places and she go in the bathroom. So he's just talking to me. He's like, yeah, I have a wife, and that's my girlfriend you just met. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And then a guy comes and he puts his arm around him. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that type of party. Okay, this party was very interesting. Okay, the things I seen in there, I was like, oh my gosh. So basically, she comes back out the bathroom, and then like he starts laughing. He's like, yeah, I've been out here talking to her this whole time, basically me. And he was like, oh yeah, she looked really like shocked when she seen so-and-so come over here and hug me. So technically they had a little four-way thing going on. He was married, he had a girlfriend, and he had a dude. So he went both ways. And I was just like, oh my God, this party interesting. By the time that conversation ended and I walked away from the bathroom area, all those people that were trying to get me to go with them, they left. So I instantly got my Uber, and Uber was like 8 minutes away. And I hurried up and went outside and got in that damn Uber and got the hell up out of there, okay? So long story short, y'all, I got the hell up out of there. I blocked that couple because I just knew they was going to text me the next day because they were very, like, persistent. And then I just deleted my account with that app because I was like, this app is a little too intense for me. I had people telling me they wanted me to poop in their mouth. Like, people were, they're kinks. It was a hell of an experience, okay? But yeah, if you guys want to hear about that guy that kept disappearing, let me know. And yeah, that's part 2. I'll tell you guys about the other couple date I went on first if y'all want to hear that too. But this is the party and how I did not want to do a foursome with these people. Like, this is crazy. Like, I guess people in that lifestyle be real deal into that. Like, we gonna sleep together tonight. We gonna sleep together tomorrow night. We gonna sleep together again. I'm gonna sleep with a different like, these people really get down. I am not with the program.
Couple gets exposed as swingers on vacation. Buckle up, this one is a doozy. I have a client, we'll name her Tina. Tina planned a trip, and her brother and sister-in-law were on that trip. We'll name them. Brother is Mike, Lisa is his wife. Lisa gets back and contacts me and said wanted to plan a trip. They have another couple friend that they always travel with. They travel about 4 times a year, and they wanted me to plan a travel for them. So I was like, okay, bet. I planned about a year and a half, planned about 4 or 5 trips for them. Now it's coming up on Mike and Lisa's anniversary. They had a big milestone anniversary, and so they wanted to do it in destination, invite family and friends. Planned that. The other couple that they travel with, we'll call them Derek and Monique. They opted for the swim-up suites, and swim-up suites are lined up next to each other. They have the big celebration. They're out late that night. Mike and Lisa, Derek and Monique are all chilling poolside from their terrace, and they're drinking, and maybe they had a little too much, but Lisa and Monique started getting a little frisky in the pool. They go and take it to the room. Tina was there with her best friend, Erica. Now, Tina and Erica come out of their swim up. As they pass by Mike and Lisa's room, the curtains are just open enough where they see Mike banging Monique's back out. Child. As they're out there being nosy, watching what happened, here comes some other family members. All of them are just literally sitting there watching this whole freak show go on. On top of that, Lisa and Derek is getting it in, and she's doing a little tongue tango on his man parts. They got a whole show banging each other's wife on vacation. Ooh. The next morning, Tina calls me, and she's just like, I really want to bring you in this, but, and I think she was kind of being a little messy because she had to tell me, but I'm glad she did. So she was like, I'm just shocked. I don't know what to do. So many of the family know it's whispers, it's laughing. At breakfast this morning, it was all the side eyes and little snide comments. And y'all got that one friend who knows some tea on somebody, and they gonna just make little comments and say little stuff. And she was just like, I don't know if I should say something because they don't know that everybody knows. So should I say something while we're here? Should I wait till I get back and say something? Or should I just not say anything at all? And my question to you is, would you tell them what you saw right there while still on vacation and it might pop off? Would you wait till you get back and tell them? Or would you just not say nothing at all? And so let me know in the comments what you would do. All right, bye.
This is when I knew my friends played entirely too much, because I was going on a cruise and I'm all excited about it. I'm telling my friends like, oh, I'm going on a cruise. Mind you, these are my guy friends. They're going to say, oh, you know what you do on cruises, like every day for the first day of the cruise, everyone wears a pineapple shirt. So I'm like, a pineapple shirt? I swear to God, all of them was in on it. They're like, yeah, a pineapple shirt. Like, go look for pineapple shirts right now. I'm like, all right, we go on Amazon. One of my friends' name is Vincent, so he's showing me the pineapple shirts. He picks the shirt with the most pineapple. He's like, yes, the more pineapples, the better. I'm like, all right, my dumb ass. I'm like, yeah, y'all, yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I end up buying it. Exactly the day they showed me the shirt, I bought it. So I made sure I got it for the next day, because Amazon Prime, I got it the next day. The day that it came was the day that I was leaving. So the first day that I was on a cruise, I actually didn't get to wear it because they had ended up taking my luggage, and I wanted to dress warm because to go onto the boat was Baltimore and it was really cold. So for each day on the cruise, they have activities. The second day, I ended up wearing a pineapple shirt, and it was karaoke. I swear to God, half the boat was there. So when I had put on my shirt, I'm gonna put a video of my shirt. When I was on the elevator, everybody was looking at me all weird. Some guy came up to me and was like, hey, what's your name? What's your age? Where did you come from? Like, where you traveling from? I get to telling him, another guy and his wife came up to me and asked me, like, what's my room number? I'm telling them, I'm just thinking, I'm so naive because I'm thinking that these people are just being friendly because we're on a cruise. I finally come downstairs. I end up getting dressed late before my family because I woke up because the boat was rocking a little too much and I kind of wasn't feeling well. So I came down with my pineapple shirt. My cousin gonna come up to me and ask me, why do you have on this shirt, and start laughing. I'm like, what do you mean, why do I have on this shirt? They like, this is for swingers, right? What's a swinger? These are people that, go outside looking for other people to have sex with. That's very promiscuous. I was like, by then it's too late. I'm already at karaoke and half the boat is there. Everybody's looking at me. They taking notice that I have on this shirt. And the older people, this is amongst the older group of people that know. And people who go on cruises, they most likely they've been on a bunch of cruises. So back in the day, they used to put pineapples outside of their door when they wanted to let people know like they was DTF, like down the fuck. So so that night when I went to my room, whatever, me and my cousins, we left out to go to the club because they got the club and the cruise. My grandmother told me that a man came knocking on the door and he was like, hey, like, is this the right number? This is who I'm looking for. And like, I could not believe this. My friends are a bunch of assholes. Like, why would y'all do that to me? But it was a good laugh because I never knew that people was doing shit like that. And yo, it got me mad attention. And I just didn't know. And my whole family was laughing at me like, you're just a dummy, a bird brain dummy. And I'm like, yeah, I should have definitely looked that shit up. Because I'm just thinking, you know how people go places and they wear like their little family reunion shirts and shit. I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it's just a cruise thing. People put on pineapples. So I didn't think nothing of it. But it was a good joke. And I swear to God, I'm going to get them back.
All right, y'all said post the content. So content today, I'm about to tell y'all how I became a swinger. I'm about to take y'all back to the beginning and tell y'all how I went from being a swinger to being polyamorous. Okay, so we're going back to 2013. We out of 2016. This is before then. This is when it was really cracking outside. So in 2013, I moved to San Diego with my child. It was just me and him. So every time he went back with his dad to visit, your girl was outside, okay? So boom, I get on this app called Plenty of Fish. And this is how I'm like meeting people back then because Plenty of Fish was cracking. Also where I met my husband. Okay, so prior to meeting my husband though, I'm on the app and I meet this guy. Boom, we talking, chatting it up. He tells me that he's married, but him and his wife are swingers and that she's totally okay with him meeting other girls and talking to other girls and whatnot. Now, this is something that's new to me, so I'm like, I don't really know about this. Like, this is some different shit. But he was fine as hell. So I was like, let's shoot this out. Then he hits me with, well, let's go on a date. I'm like, all right, look, let's go. He like, you can meet my wife then too. You know, she can come too, you know, so you can see that everything is okay. I'm like, okay. So back then there was this bar that was like not too far from my house and that was kind of like my little spot and he knew that bar. So it was like, okay, we're going to meet there. He was like, yeah, my wife's going to come and her mom too. Stay tuned for part 2. All right, part 2, y'all, of how I became a swinger. Okay, so boom, I'm getting ready for the date. I'm hella fucking nervous. Like, what is this about to be like? Is this nigga really telling the truth? Like, this is some different shit I ain't never heard of. So we get to the bar and we have a little small talk or whatever. We're there for a little bit and then his wife shows up with her mom. And let me just say, this is still to this day probably one of the best dates I ever been on. We had a fucking ball, bitch. And as me and wifey are talking, we learned that we also shared a previous partner that I had met while I had been in San Diego. So we played pool, we danced, talked, like just had a good ass fucking time. And from there it was up. I started pretty much seeing him on a regular basis, like once or twice a week. So this goes on for about 2 years. And during this 2 years, I'm like learning about different relationship styles. I'm studying shit, watching videos, watching TV shows, all the shit so I can, learn more about this new lifestyle that I'm in. And then 2 years in, I meet my husband. Part 3 coming. All right, part 3 of how I became a swinger. So now over the course of these 2 years, I've been dating people, playing, I'm exploring my new self. So I meet my husband on Plenty of Fish and we decide to go on a date. And it was a great first date. Fantastic. We're together every day after that, like every day. So I basically tell him, though, on our first date, I like girls, and if we're gonna be together or whatever we're gonna do, like, I'm still gonna be doing that. Like, that's what it is. And like any man, of course, he was like, oh, that's cool. I'm cool with that. Not knowing that came with a whole bunch of other shit, too. So within, like, I don't know, a couple months of us dating, we have our first threesome. We find a girl on Plenty of Fish, and she comes to the crib. I'm like, I'm the ringleader. I'm like, y'all kiss. Like, kiss her. Like, let's get this cracking. So that was our first threesome. So now he like, okay, this cool. Like, my bitch cool with it, and she look good. Like, I could do this. So now my husband, he's not from the lifestyle at all whatsoever. So one day I throw out there like, hey, we should go to the swingers club and, see what that's about. So he kind of looked at me crazy and then was like, fuck it, let's go. So we went to a swingers club. Part 4.
Okay, TikTok. Let me tell y'all the time me and my nigga went to a swingers club. Okay, so me and my dude, we went down to Orlando for the weekend. And he said he had like this little surprise or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we ended up going, and basically they charged us $100 membership fee for both of us or whatever. And that shit was like packed. Like, it was a lot of people there. So, I'm all excited or whatever. At first he was like, we ain't gotta go. We can go somewhere else. So I'm like, no, I want to check it out. Like, I want to see what it's like. Now you got me, like, now I want to see. So, like I said, we paid $100. We get in or whatever. We had to send like a lot of paperwork, and it basically was like you cannot have your phone out. Well, you can have your phone out, you just couldn't record basically. So we get in. As we're walking through the doors, there's pool chairs everywhere. There's of course the hotel rooms. Everybody's doors, they're open. The curtains and everything wide open. And we're thinking it was a club. We did not know it was like a hotel type shit. At least I didn't know that. So we walked in, and as soon as we walk in, a bitch getting head, this girl getting head on the damn pool chair. So I was like, this is really happening. Like, people really do this. Like, this place really exists. So I'm like, well, babe, let's just go into the club or get a drink or whatever. So we go inside the club. We got 2 Patron drinks or whatever. The drink was very much weak. That kind of pissed me off. So once we kind of like scoped the scenery, we saw that we can like sneak our own liquor in. Yeah, that's what the fuck went down. So once they had left or whatever to go get the liquor to sneak in, I'm just sitting there by myself, scoping the scenery. Of course, couples walking up to me. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Are you here by yourself? Da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna happen. But no, they were just sweet though. Like I said, they was just asking where I was from. Did I come with anybody? This is my first time. Shit like that. But besides that, it was like another couple. She sucking her nigga off like right in the middle of the party, like right by the pool. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just didn't know how to act. I just didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what to do. I felt like me looking was rude, but I was looking like this shit is for real. So when they come back, they like, damn, like, it's a whole orgy party going on in one of the rooms or whatever. He was like, do you want to walk around? So I'm like, well, let me take a couple shots. Let me drink a little bit. Like, let me get the feel. So we didn't know it was a theme. I think, if I remember correctly, the theme was like a Jersey referee theme. So everybody was like, had on their cute little different Jersey outfits, referees, but everybody was majoritarily naked, So me and Bay go sit on the pool chairs, lounge back, because this is around the time that the fight was going on. I forgot who was fighting, but the most recent fight that just went down. So we're sitting there vibing. They got the music playing, but they got the fight on. It's a couple right next to us, butt-ass naked. Then there was another couple, like, in front of us, but you can still, like, see. She's sucking her nigga off. You see another couple, I don't even know if these people are couples. I'm just saying couples. You see them in the pool fucking. And then you just got people like this one lady, she had her nigga like on a chain, like pulling his ass. I might gotta get into that. I liked that. But it was just like a lot of different stuff going on or whatever. So once we had, drunk our drinks or whatever, I'm like, fuck it, let's go walk around. So we go to, it was like another little spot we kept seeing like a lot of people in and out of it. So we go in there. The man, I was like, well, what is this, sir? He was like, basically, in order for us to even enter to see what was going on, we have to get completely naked. We can't bring a phone. You can't have socks, nothing. You have to be butt booty ass naked. So me and Bay looking at each other, I'm like, no, I ain't ready for that one. So we walk out. It was another spot next to it. So that one, I guess, closed at like a certain time because I did see people in and out of that, but it said it was closed. So I really don't know what that room was about. We didn't make it to the other side of the resort because I think like we was just the visitors, of course, for the club scene. So once that died, everybody was leaving. So we didn't really get to see too much stuff, but it was a lot. And I kind of felt like my first time it was like, like I said, we were just scoping the scenery. But I ain't gonna lie, I low-key would go back. I would go back. I feel like I would go back maybe to like, if I'm a little bit more intoxicated. Not too intoxicated, but just enough where I'm like not overly thinking about it. So, since we paid a $100 membership fee, I believe it expires like the end of October or some shit. So we may go back. I'm not sure. We're discussing it. But for my birthday, I think I want to go to another one. I've been looking. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been looking. I want to see. I want to see. I don't know. But yeah, that was my time at a swingers party. I know it was a little PG kind of because I didn't do shit, but it was exciting. I ain't gonna lie, it was exciting. Like, for people to just be naturally comfortable with themselves like that and be open like that, I respect it. I respect it. I ain't even judging. But, yeah. Now that I know, I would entertain it. And if his ass motherfucking knew the dress code, the theme of the night, I had an outfit, of course, that went with the fucking theme. I'm like, bitch, I would have been. It's just baby. My ass was dressed like it was really the club. Like, we were dressed like it was the club. Too funny, but yeah, that was my time. I had a great fucking time. Thank you, babe. So I'll let y'all know if I decide to go to another one. But I'm looking into it. So if I find one, I'll let y'all know how that goes. And if I decided to jump in and entertain it. Bye.
One innocent conversation at work completely redirected this woman's whole social life for a season. Her coworker didn't even fully explain what the app was, and that's honestly the root of everything that followed. Which tells you something real. The people who introduce you to spaces don't always prepare you for what those spaces actually are. And that gap between what you think you're walking into versus what it actually is, that's where all the chaos lives. And she was self-aware enough to put boundaries in her bio right away, which I respected. But then she learned pretty fast that having boundaries written down somewhere doesn't mean the room you walk into will honor them. People saw what they wanted to see in her and moved accordingly, regardless of what she said about herself. The party night itself, though, is where it gets genuinely interesting. Because for 2 solid hours, it was actually just fun. Like normal fun. Dancing, drinks, good energy. She even clicked with a random girl on the dance floor. which proves that those spaces aren't inherently chaotic. It's just that the night has a natural escalation to it, and she didn't anticipate where the ceiling was going to go. The rose guy is the detail I keep coming back to because he was clearly reading the whole room differently than she was, and yet he kept showing up in her story at just the right moments. He basically became her exit strategy without even knowing it. That's kind of poetic, honestly. But the biggest thing I took from all of this is she never lost herself. Like, even with drinks, even with the energy of that environment, even with people being persistent, she stayed connected to what she actually wanted that night, which was just to have fun and meet people. The moment the ask didn't match her intentions, she started plotting her exit immediately. That's actually a kind of emotional intelligence a lot of people don't have in high-pressure social situations. And then she blocked, deleted the app, and went home. No drama, no long explanation. Just knew it wasn't her world and moved on clean. The story with the girl on the ship wearing the swinger shirt her friends told her to buy, damn, that was a good prank on her. Like, from the jump, the way his friends coordinated this, all of them, every single one. Nobody broke. Nobody slipped up and said, bro, don't do it. That's a committed group of friends right there. Vincent even curated the shirt, picked the one with the most pineapples. That's not a prank, that's a masterpiece. But here's what got me about this story beyond just the humor. The guy was so genuinely excited about the cruise that his guard was completely down. Like, that excitement made him trust everything his boys said without questioning it once. And I think that's actually really human. When you're hyped about something, you just want people to share that energy with you. You're not looking for the gotcha. And then the cruise people, they knew. The dude in the elevator asking for his name, age, where he's from, that man was doing a whole intake form. His wife asking for the room number, and he's just standing there like, these are some friendly folks. Bro was radiating the most innocent energy on a boat full of people who were not innocent. The grandmother part. A man knocked on the door while he was at the club. That's when it stopped being funny for a second and got kind of wild. Like, the prank had real-world consequences that his friends probably didn't even think about. So if I took anything from this, you gotta Google stuff before you commit, especially before you buy it with Amazon Prime same-day delivery. The speed of the purchase is what really did him in. The shirt arrived before the doubt could. Also, your friends knowing you well enough to know you won't look it up, that's them using your trust against you. Which means the real lesson is that the people closest to you know exactly which blind spots to aim for.
So I walk into the party and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Welcome to reason 700,000 of why I do not date and why these niggas deserve nothing. He was like, yeah, I want to go on this date. You seem real cool. Y'all, we have been texting for like 2 weeks before we even met up. And talking on the phone on FaceTime or whatever. We had went to like dinner, and then we had went to dinner, but then our schedules kind of was off. So this is our second time hanging out or whatever. And on the phone, everything was normal or whatever. You know, that's why I'm scared of people, because people is crazy. So everything normal on the phone. I'm not thinking nothing. So he's like, oh, you want to meet me at this party? And I'm like, yeah, bet I'll come, whatever. It seemed cool. It seemed fun. He's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of my friends and they girls. Like, it's men and women. So, you know, you won't feel uncomfortable. So I'm like, oh, okay, bet. Cool. So I get dressed. Like, I'm like, oh, what's the vibe? He was like, oh, like something that's like comfortable for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I get dressed. I'm on the phone. Y'all, mind y'all, my cousins got my location, as they always do. And I pull up to like this big ass house or whatever, right? So I'm like, oh, y'all, we about to be with the rich folks. That's what I'm thinking. I get to the door and I ring the doorbell, and this man opened the door with a robe on with nothing under, and I'm standing there and I'm like, all right, let me go back in the car because maybe I have the wrong fucking house. So I go back in the car and I'm texting and I call him. He's not answering. So I text him and he's not answering. Mind you, I had told him, he had told me to be there like at 10 o'clock. Like be there at 10. I'm going to be in the front waiting for you. So I'll put about like 9:45 or whatever. So he come out. I get back in my car because it's wrong fucking house. Because who was this naked ass man? What the fuck is this? Like, sir, what kind of freaky shit are you on opening your door with a robe on naked? So I see him. Mind you, I'm on the phone with my cousins like, y'all, I don't know what the fuck going on. Like, just pay attention. He comes out, he's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, this the right house? He was like, oh, yeah. Like, don't worry about the person who opened the door. What the fuck you mean don't worry about that person? He was like, oh, no, just, we're going to go around the back. So as we walking through the back, they're like, oh, you have to put your phone in here. Why? Oh, just put it in there. Like, hey, I promise it's safe. Nothing's going to happen. Like, you're safe. Like, I will never do nothing to you that's going to put your life in danger. Like, I know you have kids. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to go just put my phone in the car. So I go put my phone in the car. And I'm thinking like, I don't know if I want to go in here, but I'm going to go because I'm nosy. Wrong fucking idea. Y'all, I walk through this back gate. Now we're in like an open grass area and all I see is just a bunch of naked bitches and they niggas. Where are we?
Okay, so now that some time has went past, I'm gonna tell y'all this story time. And I'm gonna use some code names because it's a little messy, but it's like it also put me in a very interesting predicament. So that's why I'm also sharing it because I couldn't believe it when it was happening. So this is a story time about how basically some swingers tried to get me. Okay, so one day, me, my mama, my cousins, and like some people that they knew, we all went out to eat to Hamada's. So Hamada's is this hibachi place that's in the suburbs of Chicago. And it's five. Like when I say five. My favorite hibachi place ever. So, you know, my mama, she was like, yeah, we're going to Hamada's. Okay, bet. Say less. I'm there. So, and naturally, because Hamada's is so far, it always end up becoming like a family affair kind of ordeal because nobody want to miss out on going to Hamada's. Like, what? No. Like, somebody say we're going to Hamada's, everybody gonna go. So, okay, cool. I meet my people up there at Hamada's, and it's like a lot of us. It's basically literally, like I said, all my family or whatever like that. And then some of them invited their people. So my cousin, he invited his stepdaughter, and she came with her cousin. So we're going to call the central characters of the story. We're going to call my cousin. We're going to call him Richard. And we gonna call his stepdaughter Brooklyn. And we gonna call her cousin Sky. Okay, y'all following? Y'all follow me? Okay, cool. So, okay. Mind you, I know his stepdaughter, like, not like super, super well, but it's like I know her, like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know everything about her and her life and shit like that, but it's like, I know her because my cousin Richard, he got a son, and his son is actually my cousin. But Brooklyn and my cousin, they're brother and sister because they got the same mama. But my cousin, Daddy Richard, is just a stepdad to Brooklyn. You following? Okay, cool. So, okay, cool. So we like, oh, they're having a good time, you know, eating, talking, you know, just like regular, like, family dinner, you know, or lunch. So, okay, after we left there, we all decided, we like, okay, cool, we finna go to the next location. And the next location was this, like, bar / lounge place, in the burbs, too. I'm not gonna say the name of the place, though.
So after we left Hamada's, we went to the little bar lounge place. So we all there, so we like kicking it, we drinking and stuff like that. Like I told you, we had just came from out to eat at Hamada's, so we not eating nothing there. We just drinking, having family time. So, okay, yeah, I'm having a real good time. I'm getting lit, stuff like that. So, we in a little bar, little lounge, we dancing and stuff like that. Like, we all dancing, getting lit together, taking shots together, all that little things. Mind you, I ran into one of my friends that I actually know while we were there, because they were DJing at this spot. So, okay, cool. Like, we just, overall, we're having a good time. Like, we getting lit. And, like, being girls and stuff like that. Because, I forgot to mention, this is, like, all girls here outside of, like, the older cousins, like Richard and maybe, like, one other person. It was all girls. It was only 2 males in this group with us. So, us girls, though, we getting lit. They playing, like, all the lit music. So, we twerking, shaking booty, blah, blah, blah. We dance with each other, just having a good time. So, okay, cool. We spent, like, a few little hours there, I want to say. Maybe, like, 2, 3, I don't know. I honestly can't tell you how long because I don't remember. But we spent, like, a nice, like, amount of time there. Okay, cool. So, then, afterwards, after we having a good time, Brooklyn, some more of her, like, cousins came, like, her actual cousins, not Richard's cousins, but, like, all of her, like, her little people, whatever. So, okay, it's, like, more younger-ish people, if you will. But mind you, I'm only 24. They all older than me. So, if I'm not mistaken, they all, like, 30 and above. I'm truly like the baby for real, whatever like that. But like, I'm cool, they cool. So it's like the age thing, it's not really like a big deal, whatever. So since they all like popped up, she like, yeah, we finna all go back to my cousin house after this. Oh, okay, her cousin. The cousin house that we finna go back to, we finna call her Skylar. And Skylar and Sky, I know these names are close as hell, but just keep up with me. I guess, or should we call her Sarah? Okay, we gonna call her Sarah, so the name's not so close. Sarah and Sky, they are sisters. So Brooklyn told me like, yeah, we finna go back to Sarah's house. You wanna come with us? Like, come on, come with us. Like, we finna drink and play some more games and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool, fine. Like, I don't have shit else to do, so fine. I'll come with y'all. So, I followed them over to the cousin house, the cousin Sarah house. So, okay, cool. We get there, we just drinking and stuff. Sarah, she actually, because, like, we had been out, like, drinking and stuff like that, she made us, like, all breakfast. Mind you, it's late as hell. It's, like, if it ain't already 12 yet, it's definitely like the early hours in the morning. I want to say like between 1, 2, like stuff like that. So like, we hungry. So she get in the kitchen. Mind you, Sarah is like older than like everybody. For real. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say she at least, at minimum, in her late 30s. Like, and if not that, early 40s. But I really feel like that girl got to be like in her late 30s. So, okay, cool, bye. So, she in the kitchen, she making us breakfast, like eggs, sausage, rice, all that kind of stuff. It was fine too. So, while she doing that, we playing this like card game. They had to teach me how to play because I'm that black person. I don't play cards. I don't know how to play cards. If it's not Uno or Speed, I don't know no card games. But they had taught me like how to like play this like little game, and it actually ended up being fun or whatever. So we playing this little game, and so if you like lose or something like that, you take a shot or something. So I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, I'm not opposed or unfamiliar with like games like this because it's like I play games and drink with my friends. We just don't be playing these kind of games. So okay, cool. They like, yeah, like, if you lose or something like that, you gotta take a shot. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So
I'm drinking. We all drinking. But it's like at this point, like I'm like getting like drunk as fuck. So, okay, cool. Now, as time is going on, I'm playing with the cousins. Like I'm playing with Sarah. Sarah got like a husband or a boyfriend. He playing too. I'm playing with Sky. And she got a boyfriend, so he playing too. So it's all of us, and it's me. Mind you, I'm the baby out of all of them. So, okay, cool. As time goes on, Brooklyn, she was playing with us, and her boyfriend too, I forgot. Brooklyn has a boyfriend. He was there too. So we all been together like almost like all day or whatever. But all of them, they didn't go out to eat with us. But now we at the house. We all there. They all playing the games and stuff. But after a while, Brooklyn basically, she tapped out. She went to go lay down on the couch. So, should I make a part 2? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So where we left off on the story was Brooklyn basically, she tapped out. And so she went to go lay on the couch. Like, she wasn't like throwing up, nothing like that. But you could tell that she just got tired. We had been drinking for a little minute now. So she went to go lay down, as she should have felt her. So me, I'm still standing. But it's like I'm also like managing myself like really well too. Because it's like I know myself and I don't drink as much as I used to. So it's like I'm being very strategic with my liquor, you know, because I don't want to overdo it and get like super messed up or nothing like that, you know. And that was something actually like I had told them too when I was over there with them. So I'm still playing with Brooklyn boyfriend, Sky boyfriend. I think Sarah, she, because this is her house, I think she had went to go lay down by now. So not her, but her husband / boyfriend, whatever like that, her baby daddy. So, okay, cool. So they like, yeah, it's like starting to get later and later. So they like, something about smoking came up. So they like, yeah, like, y'all want to go smoke in the car or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine, okay. So we all go into Brooklyn boyfriend car. And we all smoking together. So, you know, it's just regular degla. But here's the gag, though. Here's the gag. As we're, like, on the way out to the car, Brooklyn boyfriend, y'all know how be doing, like trying to get past and they put, like, their hand kind of, like, on your hip or waist a little bit. He kind of did one of those, and he tried to do it like real low key, but it's just like it didn't really cause for that. Like I'd rather you grab like my elbow or like my arm or something, and I understand liquor was involved, but still that's still no excuse, because like why are you touching me right there? Okay, you get what I'm saying? Like that's weird. But you know, mind you, I told y'all this is basically a step cousin. So, and I don't know her like that, but it's like I know her. But it's like, because I don't know her that well, I never told her that like he did that, because it's just like, I don't know you for real, and I don't know how you get down. Mind you, I'm basically here with your people. And your people is not my kin at all. These is your kin off your mama's side. So it's like, I don't want to risk putting myself in some type of predicament where it's like, it's one of those. If you know what I mean, you know, people, y'all know girls be delusional. Oh no, he ain't do that. You lying. Blah, 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 blah. And then you already know our argument be, you a little girl. Like, I can't make this shit up. So it's like, I never said nothing to her, because it's just like, I ain't gonna lie. People having sneaky niggas and shit like that, it's not a first time, like, rodeo for me. Like, somebody nigga is always just doing some shit that they ain't got no business doing, but y'all know how the girls be. So, okay, whatever. He did that on the way to the car, as we often like go get in his car to smoke together. So it's me, it's him, it's Sky, and her boyfriend. So we all in the car smoking. Okay, cool. So now we get out the car, we finish smoking. I'm like finna go home. Like, we all finna go now. Because it's like late as hell now at this point. So, and it's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So, they go get in their car. I'm on my way about to go get in my car. And so, they call me back. Sky and her boyfriend, they call me to their car. So, I go over there, whatever like that. Mind you, what I'm finna tell you that they said, I wasn't expecting this in a million years. They like, yeah, like, we think you cute or whatever like that. Like, you want to come over with us and drink and play some more games? Fuck no! What the fuck? Gee, the minute they said that, like, we was like, we think you cute, whatever like that. But this is both of them, her and her nigga. We think you cute. Yeah, like, you know, trying to put on that like seductive, like sexy voice. Like, yeah, like you want to come over with us, play some more games. I played it cool, but like, this is how I'm reacting like to y'all, because this is how I felt deep down. But it's like, mind you, it's late as hell at night. I don't know these people, and you know, motherfuckers be crazy. So it's like, I gotta play my role. I gotta play it cool, but I'm still like, hell no. So I'm like, oh no. I think she's really beautiful. I'm talking about Sky. I'm like, I think she's really beautiful, but I'm like, I don't like girls. And I mean, it's like, I'm like, I just like niggas. And it's like, I'm like, I was like, no offense to you. I'm not saying like, I know that's your nigga, whatever like that. I'm not saying I want him, but it's just like, no, like, I'm cool. Like, I only like niggas, but it's like, basically, I'm not interested in neither one of y'all, and I don't want to kumbaya and have a love, you dig, with you. But it was just like, gee, that shit was so weird to me. Mind you, this is my first time meeting both of their asses. Both of them, never met them before, ever. Mind you, I went over there to like smoke and stuff because, I mean, not smoke, but like drink and stuff, because it's like, okay, she invited me. I'm thinking it's cool. Like, y'all, she cool. Like, her people was cool at the bar and shit like that. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, we just want to have a good time. Like, but not y'all trying to get me on some swinger shit. Oh. And it's just like, it just shows that you know that they had an outside conversation before it even came to me. Like, yeah, like, ooh, we think she cute. Like, let's see if she come over to the house with us. Baby, I might be 24, but I ain't no fucking fool. Let's be clear. Let's start there. I don't roll like that. Never have, never will. Like, what the fuck? No. And it's just like, I didn't know, like, in real life, I didn't know people be having shit like that going on. Baby, I was baffled. Huh? You say you want me to what? With y'all? And it's like, they never say like, oh, we want you to come over and, or anything like that. But it was like cold for a year, because it's like, if I'm going over y'all house at 4 o'clock in the morning, ain't shit going on during them hours, but shit like that. Because I know from personal experience, just like with my own endeavors with my little boos that I've had in the past. But what? And it just made me feel like, damn, is that what the fuck I give? I like bitches. I guess niggas too. And they give that, like, I want to do with y'all. Gee, it just be so insulting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I told one of my close friends about it. She's like, that just mean that you look good. Like, you know, like, but I'm just like, I still feel offended. Mind you, they in their 30s, G. They grown as hell. Like, they at least like 10 years older than me, I want to say, G. I swear to God. And it's just, yeah, that shit was weird, G. I'm like, y'all know that video where they be like, they trying to pick me up. That's how I felt. I swear to God, that's exactly how I felt, G. And I ain't gonna lie. After the fact, I did not want to see it again. And it's like, I ain't got no problem with them, but that was just like, that was low-key too much. Like, that was too much. So that's my story about how a couple that I guess are swingers, because I ain't gonna lie, if they tried that shit with me, they must do that shit for a living. And I guess I was just a little too nice or too friendly with them. You know me, I'm just naturally nice and whatever like that. And plus, like, I don't know y'all, so it's like I'm not gonna be rude, whatever like that. And it's like my cousin stepdaughter just invited me to like kick it with y'all. So you know, like, I'm gonna be respectful and shit like that, cause that's just me. But it's like clearly I was too nice with y'all last, cause I actually feel genuinely offended that y'all asked me some shit like that. Like, baby, it never gave that. Never. Ever. So, yeah, I did see, I have seen them since all of that. And I ended up, mind you, throughout all of this, Brooklyn was asleep on the couch. So, she never knew. She wasn't part of, like, none of this. And I never told her. But I did see them after the fact, like, maybe, like, a month or so ago. But I kept my distance because I'm like, I remember that shit y'all did the last time. And I just want you to know that this is not that. So, yeah, that's my story. Okay, so where we left off on the story was Brooklyn, basically, she tapped out. And so she went to go lay on the couch. Like, she wasn't, like, throwing up, nothing like that. But you could tell that she just got tired. We had been drinking for a little minute now. So she went to go lay down, as she should have felt her. So me, I'm still standing. But it's like I'm also, like, managing myself, like, really well, too. Because it's like I know myself and I don't drink as much as I used to. So it's like I'm being very strategic with my liquor, you know, because I don't want to overdo it and get like super messed up or nothing like that, you know. And that was something actually like I had told them too when I was over there with them. So I'm still playing with Brooklyn boyfriend, Sky boyfriend, I think Sarah, she, because this is her house, I think she had went to go lay down by now. So not her, but her husband / boyfriend, whatever like that, her baby daddy. So, okay, cool. So they like, yeah, it's like starting to get later and later. So they like, something about smoking came up. So they like, yeah, like, y'all want to go smoke in the car or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine, okay. So we all go into Brooklyn boyfriend car and we all smoking together. So, you know, it's just regular degla. But here's the gag though. Here's the gag. As we're like on the way out to the car, Brooklyn boyfriend, y'all know how be doing like trying to get past and they put like their hand kind of like on your hip or waist a little bit. He kind of did one of those and he tried to do it like real low key, but it's just like it didn't really cause for that. Like I'd rather you grab like my elbow or like my arm or something, and I understand liquor was involved, but still that's still no excuse, because like why are you touching me right there? Okay, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. But, you know, mind you, I told y'all, this is basically a step cousin. So, and I don't know her like that, but it's like I know her. But it's like, because I don't know her that well, I never told her that, like, he did that, because it's just like, I don't know you for real, and I don't know how you get down. Mind you, I'm basically here with your people. And your people is not my kin at all. These is your kin off your mama's side. So it's like, I don't want to risk putting myself in some type of predicament where it's like, it's one of those. If you get what I mean, and you know, people, y'all know girls be delusional. Oh no, he didn't do that. You lying, blah, 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 blah. And then you already know our argument be, you a little girl. Like, I can't make this shit up. So it's like, I never say nothing to her because it's just like, I ain't gonna lie. People having sneaky niggas and shit like that, it's not a first time like rodeo for me. Like, somebody nigga is always just doing some shit that they ain't got no business doing, but y'all know how the girls be. So okay, whatever. He did that on the way to the car as we often like go get in his car to smoke together. So it's me, it's him, it's Sky, and her boyfriend. So we all in the car smoking. Okay, cool. So now we get out the car, we finish smoking. I'm like, finna go home. Like, we all finna go now. Because it's like late as hell now at this point. So, and it's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So, they go get in their car. I'm on my way about to go get in my car. And so, they call me back. Sky and her boyfriend, they call me to their car. So, I go over there, whatever like that. Mind you, what I'm finna tell you that they said, I wasn't expecting this in a million years. They like, yeah, like, we think you cute or whatever like that. Like, you want to come over with us and drink and play some more games? Fuck no! What the fuck? Gee, the minute they said that, like, we was like, we think you cute or whatever like that. But this is both of them, her and her nigga. We think you cute. Yeah, like, you know, trying to put on that like seductive, like sexy voice. Like, yeah, like you want to come over with us, play some more games. I played it cool, but like, this is how I'm reacting like to y'all, because this is how I felt deep down. But it's like, mind you, it's late as hell and I don't know these people, and you know, motherfuckers be crazy. So it's like, I gotta play my role. I gotta play it cool, but I'm still like, hell no. So I'm like, oh no. I think she's really beautiful. I'm talking about Sky. I'm like, I think she's really beautiful, but I'm like, I don't like girls. And I mean, it's like, I'm like, I just like niggas. And it's like, I'm like, I was like, no offense to you. I'm not saying like, I know that's your nigga, whatever like that. I'm not saying I want him, but it's just like, no, like, I'm cool. Like, I only like niggas, but it's like, basically, I'm not interested in neither one of y'all, and I don't want to kumbaya and have a little you dig with you. But it was just like, gee, that shit was so weird to me. Mind you, this is my first time meeting both of their asses. Both of them, never met them before, ever. Mind you, I went over there to like smoke and stuff because, I mean, not smoke, but like drink and stuff, because it's like, okay, she invited me. I'm thinking it's cool. Like, y'all, she cool. Like, her people was cool at the bar and shit like that. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, we just want to have a good time. Like, but not y'all trying to get me on some swinger shit. Oh. And it's just like, it just shows that you know that they had an outside conversation before it even came to me, like, yeah, like, ooh, we think she cute. Like, let's see if she come over to the house with us. Baby, I might be 24, but I ain't no fucking fool. Let's be clear. Let's start there. I don't roll like that. Never have, never will. Like, what the fuck? No. And it's just like, I didn't know, like, in real life, I didn't know people be having shit like that going on. Baby, I was baffled. Huh? You say you want me to what? With y'all? And it's like, they never say like, oh, we want you to come over and, or anything like that. But it was like cold for a year, because it's like, if I'm going over y'all house at 4 o'clock in the morning, ain't shit going on during them hours, but shit like that. Because I know from personal experience, just like with my own endeavors with my little boos that I've had in the past. But what? And it just made me feel like, damn, is that what the fuck I give? I like bitches. I guess niggas too. And they give that, like, I want to do a, with y'all. Gee, it just be so insulting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I told one of my close friends about it. She's like, that just mean that you look good. Like, you know, like, but I'm just like, I still feel offended. Mind you, they in their 30s, G. They grown as hell. Like, they at least like 10 years older than me, I want to say, G. I swear to God. And it's just, yeah, that shit was weird, G. I'm like, y'all know that video where they be like, they trying to pick me up. That's how I felt. I swear to God, that's exactly how I felt, G. And I ain't gonna lie. After the fact, I did not want to see it again. And it's like, I ain't got no problem with them, but that was just like, that was low-key too much. Like, that was too much. So that's my story about how a couple that I guess are swingers, because I ain't gonna lie, If they tried that shit with me, they must do that shit for a living. And I guess I was just a little too nice, or too friendly with them. You know me, I'm just naturally nice and whatever like that. And plus, like, I don't know y'all, so it's like I'm not gonna be rude, whatever like that. And it's like my cousin stepdaughter just invited me to like kick it with y'all. So you know what? I'm be respectful and shit like that, cause that's just me. But it's like clearly I was too nice with y'all last, cause I actually feel genuinely offended that y'all asked me some shit like that. Like, baby, it never gave that. Never. Ever. So, yeah, I did see, I have seen them since all of that. And I ain't up, mind you, throughout all of this, Brooklyn was asleep on the couch. So, she never knew. She wasn't part of, like, none of this. And I never told her. But I did see them after the fact, like, maybe, like, a month or so ago. But I kept my distance because I'm like, I remember that shit y'all did the last time. And I just want you to know that this is not that. So, yeah, that's my story.
Okay, so this is a quick story time about when I used to work at Spectrum as an inbound sales representative. And if you work at Spectrum, you know you're going to get some crazy calls. But this is when I'm in, like, my little training class and whatnot, right? So, boom. A guy calls in. And he's like, yeah, I'm calling for so-and-so address, da-da-da-da. So, okay. So, what is it that you're looking for today? When I ask him all basic questions, you know how you got to ask them questions and whatnot. So, he's like, we're trying to get pay-per-view, but we need an adult film. I'm like, okay. At this time, I didn't know that the inbound sales did not do the, pay-per-view. Like, we don't get paid off of that, so you would like transfer them over. So he gives me the address, but it's not his name. And I'm like, well, I need to talk to the account holder. She needs to give you authorization in order to speak on behalf of her account. He was like, okay, she might be a little busy, like, yeah, we're swingers, da-da-da-da, but you know, I'll let you talk to her. Y'all, when I tell y'all somebody was blowing this lady back out, like, bruh, I never heard no shit like that in my life. I was like, hello? And each, like, every time she's talking, she's just moaning and moaning. It's getting louder. And I'm like, hello? Like, y'all, whoever was ramming that cat was ramming that cat. Because, sir, you knew she can't talk. Why was you putting her on the phone? So this man's laughing. He takes the phone back. He's like, yeah, she's a little tied up right now, so you can just forget it, and hangs up. I'm glad that was my last call for today, because y'all, I was fucking shocked. I was like, I did not just hear this. I did not just hear this. Like, that was the craziest call I've ever, in my entire job history, the craziest thing that's ever happened. Like, y'all really fucking on the phone and trying to order some porn. Y'all the porn. Y'all watching each other. Like, y'all don't need Nathan. Like, that was getting it in, okay? California is a nasty state.
I swear to God, my life is like a BET movie. Like a Lifetime movie. I cannot catch a break. And I don't know why. But I'm gonna tell y'all my business. So, I was in a relationship, 2023, this relationship started. It's some bullshit that happened in the beginning that I'm not really comfortable talking about right now, but I might tell y'all that tea later. But it made this relationship develop some trust issues. The guy, we're gonna call him L, right? So me and L, the first couple of months of our relationship was good, but it came to a point in time where we were fighting all the time. I want to say from like May of like 2024 to like December 2024 was like the worst of it. So like the middle of November, I want to say the second week of November, me and M get into this big ass fight. And I kick him out because we was living together at this point. And M went to stay at a hotel for like a week or so. So we ended up making up and meeting up at Applebee's. So at Applebee's, we had a conversation about our relationship, and I just basically put on the table that I don't feel like right now it would be the best time for us to be monogamous. So I was open to swinging. I'm very open with my sexuality. I don't know what to say, okay? I do spicy content, but that's not even here nor there with that either. So, during our little week of break, right, I was already planning to go to Texas for my birthday, but us breaking up and us not being together really solidified that. Also, his birthday falls, a couple of days after mine. We're both Sagittariuses. I know, red flag. But when we made up, I ended up inviting him on a trip. I was going to see one of my girlies. And she also plays a part in another story time that I'll probably do later. But we went to go see one of my friends and just chill with her and her boyfriend and stuff like that and have them show us around Texas. So we're there in Texas, right, y'all? And things are happening, but I'm very fixated because, one, we've been arguing a lot, and two, we've just been away from each other a week. I'm trying to enjoy my birthday, but I keep seeing his phone go off. And it's a girl name. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? And I know what y'all about to say. Y'all do everything but leave. Listen, don't even come over here and do that to me. I've been in worse situations. Trust. But the girl keeps texting his phone, so I asked him, like, who's that? He's telling me that it's a girl that he wanted to, do a threesome with. Cool. So I asked him to give her my number or if it's cool that I have her number so I can actually talk and get to know this girl, because I'm not fucking nobody I don't fucking know. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm texting her. I have proof of those too. I'm gonna put the messages in. Here's me, just trying to cause casual conversation, trying to, get to know shorty. I told her, it was a couple of days after my birthday and stuff like that. Here's the next day. We had went out that night, so I didn't. She double texted, and here we go. So when we were in Texas, we were really busy, so I didn't really get a chance to text her when we were in Texas. But we came home on the 9th of December, and the whole time, once again, while we're in Texas, this situation is not sitting right with me. So I get home and I'm like, I'm gonna wait till we back home so I can actually talk to shorty. So I'm talking to her and I'm getting to know her and stuff like that. But this feeling in the back of my mind, like he's hiding something from me. I feel like they're hiding something from both of them. So I start to ask her questions because I want to know the extent of their relationship, especially if we're going to be, fucking. I didn't want to get put in a situation where this man is trying to get me to have sex with a girl that he's knew before me. I don't like that. I think that if you're going to be poly or if you're going to do swinger stuff, you should be able to talk. I mean, you should be able to meet people together. Sorry, my brain is frazzled. I'm a little hot. But yeah, the whole time something is not sitting right with me. So I start asking her questions. Low-key, I'm interrogating the girl. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I want to know what the fuck is going on between you two. Because once again, like I said, something is not sitting right in my soul. So he proceeds to tell me, like I asked him, and he says he just served her. Like, he just served her weed. Cool. And she proceeds to tell me that, they met about 2 years ago and they've hung out a couple times. Excuse me? Has any of these hangout times happened while me and him together? That's what I really want to know.
My husband walked in when I was with another guy. Yeah. So for those of you that are new here, I have an open marriage. So if you don't like it, or if you're going to be negative, or you're going to put your opinion out there, I don't care. So move along. Okay, in our open marriage, we have certain rules and certain things that we respect with one another that we came up with. We both respect those. We have not broken those. We both are good with everything that's going on. However, okay, so the other night I was home and he doesn't get home till normally about like 5 or 6. Well, let's just say I was with another guy and it was about 2:33. And my husband, I hear his truck pull up and I'm like, what the heck? And I knew I wasn't like gonna be in trouble or he wasn't gonna be mad at that, but I felt awkward that like I he doesn't have anybody around when like I'm here and vice versa usually. But he also didn't tell me that he was going to be home early. So also kind of not my fault. So he comes in like the house. I go out there and I'm like, hey, I was just, with so-and-so. And he's like, oh. And I was like, I didn't know you were going to be home this early. And he's like, I should have just called and said something. He's like, my bad. And it's not like I'm cheating on him. He does the same to me. Like, it's, again, an open marriage. but it was just kind of awkward. Like, I felt awkward. He seemed like fine, but like, okay, like maybe, you know, he should just go now. And I'm like, okay. So he left, everything was fine. But all I'm gonna say is we weren't done yet. And I had taken a spicy cube before. And so I was like, hey babe, like we need to finish this because I am not done, and these things last 2 to 3 hours. And I just took it about 40 minutes ago. And he's like, okay. So we had our fun. I was happy. It was just awkward for me, but I don't know if that's happened to anybody else that has an open marriage or not. But yeah, to me it was awkward. He was fine, but yeah. Anyways, our rules are like no coworkers and no friends, basically. But this coming weekend, we are supposed to meet a new couple, so we'll see how that goes.
Girl went through a whole journey in one night and didn't even see it coming. Like, she just wanted hibachi. That's it. That's all she wanted. But let me just talk about what actually stuck with me from this whole thing. She clocked Brooklyn's boyfriend on the way to the car and filed it away. Didn't overreact, didn't make a scene, just noted it and kept it moving. That's actually wisdom right there, because she was in an unfamiliar environment around people who weren't really her people. And she knew instinctively that making noise about it wasn't the move in that moment. She read the room and herself at the same time. The other thing is, she kept saying she was just being nice, like that was almost the problem. But honestly, no. Being naturally warm and friendly is not an invitation, and it never is. The fact that she felt like she had given off some signal is actually kind of heartbreaking, because she didn't do anything wrong. She was just herself. And then the Sky and boyfriend situation, what got me is she said they clearly had a whole conversation about her before they even approached her. Like, this was coordinated. And she was 24, surrounded by people in their 30s who absolutely knew what they were doing. The age gap thing matters more here than she maybe even realizes. The New Orleans question is actually the real dilemma of the whole story, though, because telling Brooklyn isn't really about Brooklyn's feelings. It's about whether she wants to walk into a whole out-of-town trip knowing what she knows. That's a different calculation entirely. Sometimes people show you who they are in environments that feel casual and safe, and you just have to trust what you saw. And the story before that, with the girl speaking on how all the men are the same. People perform normalcy really well. 2 weeks of good conversation, FaceTime, a whole dinner, and none of that told her what she was actually walking into. That's genuinely scary. The version of someone you talk to on the phone is curated. You don't really know someone until you see them in their environment, around their people. She went back to the car twice. Her body was already saying no. She even said she didn't know if she wanted to go in, but she went anyway because she was nosy. That honesty is real, and it's a lesson in itself. Curiosity will override self-preservation if you let it. Not the naked doorman. That was weird, but could technically be explained. The moment they asked her to surrender her phone and connection to the outside world, that's the actual red flag that deserved a hard stop. Phone away means no location, no cousins, no lifeline. She smartly put it in the car instead. That was the right call. Having people who know where you are isn't paranoia, it's infrastructure. Her cousins had her location. She was on the phone with them in real time. That's not being dramatic. That's being smart. More people need to normalize that. And honestly, the way she tells this story, laughing at herself for going in anyway, that's someone who got out safe and is processing it with humor. But underneath the humor is a real thing. Women navigate genuinely unpredictable situations just trying to go on a date. That part isn't funny at all. Now, this girl that said her life is a movie, yeah, she needs to start a YouTube channel. ASAP, this will get views, because what really made him think that? This woman is self-aware, and that's actually the most interesting part of the whole thing. Like, she knows. She knows something is off the entire time, and she keeps pushing forward anyway. which honestly most of us do, so no judgment there. What really got me was how she handled the Texas situation. Like, her intuition was screaming at her on what was supposed to be her birthday trip, and instead of just enjoying herself, she's basically running a background investigation on this girl through text. And the thing is, she was right to, because the stories didn't match. He said, "I just sell her weed." The girl said, "We've hung out a couple times over 2 years." Those are two completely different levels of a relationship, and she clocked that immediately. Your gut doesn't lie, but your heart will absolutely argue with it. She felt something wrong from the jump, even before Texas, even before the threesome conversation. The body keeps score, and hers was keeping receipts. The way she handled that open relationship conversation was actually mature. Like, she put it on the table instead of just going outside the relationship quietly. A lot of people skip that conversation entirely. The problem wasn't the idea, it was that he may have already been living that life without the conversation. And this one is big. Transparency in situationships and open arrangements is everything. The moment the other person's story doesn't match your partner's story, the experiment is already compromised. You can't build something honest on a foundation that's already crooked.